We'll start with the first chapter, that is laws of motion. First, let us see what do you mean by motion. Suppose you have a body A which is at this position, and after some time it moves and comes here. That is, the position is changing. From A it is coming to B. Then we will say that the body is in motion. That is, when the body changes its position, we say that the body is moving or the body is in motion. Okay? So one thing is clear, when the body changes its position with respect to the surrounding, then we say that it is in motion. Now, second thing we will learn is that motion is a relative term. Now, what do you mean by this relative term? In the definition of motion, we always say it is moving with or changes its position with respect to the surrounding. Okay? For example, this is a bus. Okay? This is a bus. And here we have a tree. Okay? Here also. Now here one person is sitting. Okay? One person is sitting over here and the bus is going like this. Now and there is another person sitting here. For this person who is sitting inside the bus, when the bus is moving, he will say that this person is stationary. Why? Because इसका जगह इसके हिसाब से change नहीं हो रहा है. Wherever for him the distance between the two chairs, if it is 5 meters, it will be 5 meters only when the bus is moving. So for this person, this particular person A is stationary. He is not moving. But suppose we have a person standing here outside. The bus is moving. For him, A is also moving. So with respect to, suppose this is B and this is C. So with respect to B, A is at rest, and with respect to C, A is moving. That is the meaning when I say that motion is a relative term. So it is related to who is seen. When for B, A is at rest. For C, A is moving. Now for C, the tree is at rest. For C, the tree is at rest. Tree is not moving. But for A and B, the tree is going behind when their bus is going ahead. So for them, the tree is in motion. That is why we say that motion is a relative term. If the position of that object is changed with respect to the surroundings, only then we will say that it is moving. I think this concept is clear. The meaning of relative term and change in position with respect to the surrounding. One object which is in motion with respect to someone may not be in motion with respect to the other person. You saw your example of A, B and C. Okay? Now, let us understand the difference between distance and displacement. Now, suppose this is a temple or it is a church. Okay? And here you have a house of Rima. Rima stays here. And this is the school of Rima. This is the school building of Rima. Okay? Now, here there are many mountains. Okay? Now Rima first goes to the temple and then she will go to the school. So first Rima will start from here. She will come here. Then she will come back here. She will come here. She will come here, and then she will go to the school. Now suppose this is say 2 kilometers. This is 1 kilometer. But now here she has to walk say 3 kilometers. This is say 1 kilometer, and this is again say 2 kilometers, and this is 0.5 kilometers. So total how much she walked? 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 3 6, 7, 8 9, 9.5. So for her distance is 9.5 kilometers. But if I draw a straight line from the temple to the school, and it comes out to be, say, just 2 kilometers. Okay, and if I draw a straight line from our house, okay, from our house to the school, and this comes out to be, say, 1.5 kilometers. Now actually, what was our starting point? Her house. What was her end point? Her school, right? So her displacement is the distance between starting point and finishing point, that is 1.5 kilometers. So 1.5 kilometers is the displacement, but the distance is the actual path taken by her to go from the school to from her house to the school. That was 9.5 kilometers. So 9.5 kilometers will be her distance, but her displacement is only 1.5 kilometers. Okay, let us take some more examples. For example, one person is over here, A. He goes like this, he comes here like this at point B. Here he goes 2 kilometers, here he goes 3 kilometers. Okay, but actually what is his displacement? A is the initial point, B is the final point. Displacement, we just join the initial and final point with a straight line. So this is his displacement, and this is his distance. And here suppose he made a 90 degrees turn. Now you have all studied Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem this will be 5. 2 square plus 3 square, 4 plus 9. Not 1 minute, take it. 3, 4 and 5 are triplets. Suppose this is 3 and this is 4. Join it. This is now this will be 5. 3 square plus 4 square, 9 plus 16, that is 25. 25 root is 5. So here the distance is how much? Distance is 3 plus 4, that is 7. And displacement is how much? 5. So distance is defined as the actual path covered by the body, and displacement is the difference between the, or you can say the straight line measurement between the starting point and the final point. So this is the meaning of distance and displacement. These are the two different terms. Now let us see some more examples of displacement. Okay. Now there is a person who walks from point A to point B, okay, and again comes back to A, and the distance between AB is 10 kilometers. So in this case, his distance will be 10 plus 10, that is 20 kilometers. But if I talk about the displacement, where was he in the beginning? At A. Now where he is back? To A. So his displacement is 0. Okay. One more example. Suppose this is a circular track. Okay. And we have a runner who is standing here. Okay. Now the runner runs like this, like this, like this, and completes one round and comes back over here. And suppose the circumference of this circle is 50 meters. So his distance covered by him is circumference of the circle, that is 50 meters. But he started from here and he came back here, so his displacement is 0. Okay. Now one more example. Suppose the person starts from here and say this is the center of the circle. Starts from here and comes here and stops. Okay. This is how much? That is half a circle. So what will be the distance of half circle? Distance will be half of 50, that is 25. Now regarding his displacement, now his original position was here, his final position is here. So what we will do? We will join this by a straight line. Now this straight line is going to be his displacement. What is the straight line? It is nothing but the diameter of the circle. Okay. Suppose the radius is say 3, diameter will be 6. Okay. So understood the difference between distance covered and displacement. Distance means actual जो रास्ते से वो गया है, that we are going to measure. And displacement मतलब हम सिर्फ देखेंगे कि where he was in the beginning and now where he is at the last. Initial position and final position. Draw a straight line and measure it. That is your displacement. Okay. So when we see the distinguish, suppose let me see between the distance and the displacement. So this is the actual path covered. This is the shortest distance between the initial position and the final position. Distance cannot be 0. Displacement can be 0. Distance will always be greater than or equal to displacement. And displacement will be always less than or equal to distance. Why equal to? Because in some cases they can be equal also. I will give you one example later on. Okay, when they will be equal. And one more thing, now distance is not going to carry information about the direction, so it is a scalar quantity. Whereas displacement is a vector quantity, because when we talk of displacement we have to tell the direction also, that this body was displaced in the east, west, north. Distance we don't have to talk about that. When I am saying the distance between Bombay and Nasik is 405 miles, I don't have to say the direction, we are just talking about the distance. But when I say the train is moving, the train is displaced, or I threw a ball and the ball went 50 meters. Where? I have to tell that in the east or in the west or in the north. Okay. So displacement is a vector quantity and distance is a scalar quantity. Now one example where both are equal. Now suppose this is your house, okay, and this is your school, okay, and there is a straight road like this. There is a straight road like this which connects your house to the school, and you are using that road only and going. So this is the shortest distance also, and this is your displacement also. So distance and displacement can be equal if you are using the shortest path. Okay. Like suppose this is a point A and this is a point B. Okay. Now we can go here like this also. There is a path like this also. There is a path like this also. There are 3 ways of going from A to B. Either you take this, or you take this, or you take this. If you take this, so this becomes your distance also, and this becomes your displacement also. Okay. Now let us see what do you mean by scalars and vectors in detail. Scalars means it can be expressed only by magnitude plus the unit. Jैसे 5 kilometer. Now this 5 is known as magnitude and kilometer is the unit. But vectors, they need magnitude plus they need unit plus they need direction. They need direction. For example, the train has gone 5 kilometers in the east direction. So this is, we are talking about now displacement, and this is distance. Okay, so distance is a scalar quantity and displacement is a vector quantity. So this is the difference between scalars and vectors. For example, length. The length of the cloth is 5 meters. We will not say length is 5 meters in east direction, west direction. It has got no meaning. So length is a scalar quantity. Liter is a scalar quantity. Volume, when you talk, it is a scalar quantity. But when I talk about displacement, it becomes a vector quantity. When I talk of velocity, acceleration, these are all vector quantities you will be learning ahead in the lecture.